Okay, this has been Buddhist meditation. You can get as you desire, darling.
When the time is right, once everything cools down, because there's too much going on right now. And the American people, I just feel like the American people can't handle another disaster coming from our government. So I feel like once things settle down in the Middle East, or once Trump gets out of office, then files will be, released. That's just my personal opinion.
Okay, cool. Jimmy, did you want to say something, brother?
These debates,
No. Yeah, that's true. But Sahara, are you there?
Debate should be between people who have knowledge about what they're gonna.
Is she on the phone? Check.
Yeah, she's on the phone. And you know what's crazy though in there? I've had I went to crap, I forgot their names, man. A Zionist room right the other day. And in there, they were saying that nationalism was wrong. If you're a nationalist, you're pretty much saying that you're supporting Hitler. And so, I had to get up there, man, because my political views. And I went up there, and I'm sitting there listening to their talking points, and I'm like, that's not even what nationalism is. So I pulled up I told everybody, pull up the definition of what nationalist is. And then I was like, I was like, before I even continue this argument, what the heck is Zionism? Oh, that's different. That's different. That's Ireland. That's Ireland. I was like, so how different is you claiming that it's okay for you to be nationalistic about the state of Israel because you believe that's your land versus somebody else being from the United States or being from Canada and they're extremely proud of and being from that country and wanted to see that country succeed. Oh, they got quiet and kicked me out that room.
Actually, I hear you. Even I feel like this nationalism and nationalistic. I don't know. I don't think it makes sense, man. Because, in my opinion, because if you look into it deeply into it, like all of these countries are made up.
Let's look at what the Republican Party.
Now, the original country that I could say probably Iran would be the one, right? They did have for I think 2,000 years or some shit, 1,500 years. The oldest, I'm gonna have to Google it, see what's the oldest countries out there. If I was living in those countries, sure, I would be like, okay, I might be a little bit proud. Okay, this is the oldest country and it still exists and still this and that. But a lot of these nations are just created by people, by demonic people that I don't have any respect for. Like the British, I don't have any respect for them. The Europeans, I don't have any respect for them because what they have done, oh my God, the amount of atrocities that they have done all over the world, it's just enormous. Rio, did you want to say something, bro? Yeah. Are you back, Sahara?
Nah, she's still on the phone. But I mean, I get what you're saying. You know what I'm saying to an extent, Amir. On this topic, we always, gonna agree to disagree on this topic.
Yeah, agree to disagree.
But I just kind of feel like, man, while I'm from here, whether the United States is a made-up country or not, I need my made-up country to do good. You know what I'm saying? So that way I can continue to support from my family. You know what I mean?
Do you think, Chucky? Because there's actually historical facts. Usually, the empires that fall after 250 years or something, right? Do you think that it's about that time it could happen to the American Empire, and then it will get picked up again by some other? Because Israel is taking us to somewhere. I think we're very near the end.
I hope. I mean, anything is possible. I hope not. You know what I mean? I hope the United States continues to be, successful and thrive. You know what I mean? But if we don't get our politics together, you know what I mean, and put our foot down and start breaking ties with countries that don't have our best interests at heart, then I mean, yeah, we could fall.
Chucky, you gotta start revolutionizing, bro. Gotta hit the streets.
I mean, hitting the streets is cool, but I mean, if you're not willing to go to your city council meetings and go to some of these Congress meetings, what's the point, man?
Gotta get the Jews out of Congress.
That's what I'm saying, though. So I can protest all day. I can block traffic and light buildings on fire and light hot cars on fire all day, but they're not gonna hear my message. You see what I'm saying? So when I go into these, city council meetings and start trying to put the pressure on my elected officials, that's when they hear my voice.
Chucky, are you trying to commit some treasonous actions, treasonous things against your country here?
No, sir. I believe in being transparent and holding my government officials accountable for their actions. Because if I go out and break the law, they're going to hold me accountable for my actions. So we need to start fighting for a transparent government.
So I hope we're not putting
Revolution has only worked with violence.
I would never commit treason against my government. However, I would love to see my government be held accountable for their actions. My government is not perfect. We have a lot of corrupt individuals in the government that's their sole purpose is to benefit the state of Israel. I live in the United States of America. I'm from the United States of America. My passport says the United States of America. You know what I'm saying? It doesn't say the United States of Israel. So if your whole purpose is to support Israel and you're in our government, that's a problem. You need to go.
100%. And we have this pedophilia problem as well in the Congressman. Thanks to the Epstein files that they have released. And once that gets released, then we can maybe find out who's connected, who's what, and they should be kicked off the government, man. Related to the ceasefire, I don't think so. It says senior official Gaza ceasefire more likely than not, but gaps will remain over ending war. Hamas official denies progress in talks. IDF chief says army will intensify its operation if no deal reached. Intensify meaning more genocide, more killing, more not giving them ceasefire, not allowing them to breathe.
But you know what else was crazy, Jada? You hear me?
I can hear you.
So I work for my job, right? When I started moving up in my job, I got to a certain level where I was told that I had to renounce. I had a second passport as well. I had to choose a citizenship. Either I was going to use my other passport or I was going to hold on to my American passport. You know what I mean? Because once you move up to a certain level, you can't be a dual citizen, right? Which I think is crazy, but I find out that there's several politicians sitting in Washington D.C. that are Israeli citizens. Like, huh?
If you don't mind me asking, which other country is your Israeli passport Israeli?
Oh no.
Is it like a Canadian or some other Chinese?
I'll back channel it to you because I think
Yeah, there's a non guy. Son of a gun, bro. They come up with the real account for everybody. Son of a bitch. And he's easy down to them.
Yeah, I just told you that to get some security clearance to get some jobs in there. If you have to hold your dual citizenship.
yeah, but I worked on Jackson House. I never wanted that crazy
I
man.
also heard you work at McDonald's because you like to do the beep beep beep. I heard that at McDonald's.
Yes,
What
flipping
the chicken
burgers
is
at
ready.
McDonald's. Flipping burgers at McDonald's does require security clearance.
Yeah, I got fired. I actually got fired from McDonald's, man. So I work at Jack in the Box now. And that beep 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 was just letting me know that somebody
The
just turned
timer
me
is
out.
ready. The timer is ready.
Now, whenever somebody goes into the bathroom, and they make a mess,
Heard you guys, talking live on his live stream, so.
On this post here, I saw this article speaking about the life expectancy for men in Gaza dropped from 73.6 years prior to the genocide. It was so about 74 years to 35.6 years.
Oh, yes. So I remember
They went down to 35 years?
Yeah.
Oh,
And this is also, and that's in the first link I posted, which is Sean King writing about it. And in his article, he has a link to the full study, which is from the Lancet. I put that in there as well. That's crazy, bro.
That is crazy, man.
Yeah, that's crazy numbers, man. Yeah.
That makes me upset when I hear stuff like that.
Yeah, I think when it's all said and done, man, it's going to be a lot of stuff that's going to come out that's going to be.
I do apologize to everybody. We'll work this, Adrian. And or Israel right now. I'm posting it live to YouTube because those two things are like.
I was just watching the news the other day, and I just found out that there was a really bad flood in Texas, right? And I was getting angry, man, because when I sit back and I think about, I don't know too much how the government moves their money as far as, what funds are allocated to what. I got to do my homework on that, you know what I mean? And, but I was just sitting here thinking, man, like, we're able to send all this money to Ukraine and Israel and to all these other countries in the world, but when I hear about this flood, I'm pretty sure the people in that community in Texas could have benefited from some of that money. We need to do an overhaul of our infrastructure in America. Like, I was really pissed that a Singaporean flagged ship hit that bridge in Baltimore a few years ago, or a couple years ago, and the United States government had to pay that bill. Like, I'm just like, yo, what's going on, man? Is somebody embezzling money inside the U.S. government?
Yeah.
Yeah, there's a racket going on with money in America. So in America, if they say we want more money for the homeless, they say, oh, we're broke, we don't have any money. We want more money for medical care. Oh, we are broke, we don't have any money. We want money for infrastructure. Oh, we don't have any money. That kind of shit, right?
Yeah, which
is weird, right? Very strange.
It's very strange, man. And it's like, I hear that they're going to be, making some cuts to the veteran system. Like, no, don't make no cuts. You should do a total overhaul of the veteran system. I might be a little biased, man, but I feel like if you're able to if you're willing to put the uniform on to serve the country, you should get top medical care. You know what I mean? You should get any. They should be rolling out the red carpet at them at the VA. You see what I'm saying? And it's just sickening, man. And like I said, I don't really know how they move their money. And eventually, I will start, doing some research on it. But I see the problems that's happening back home, and then you hear about these wars. Like, it just doesn't.
Yep. If you don't have a ceasefire, there was an attack in, I think, Syria as well. Some Jews got attacked, and Israel actually bombed a bunch of places in Syria again. And America is telling Israel to calm down with the bombing. Israel, man, is just creating more problems for Americans in America. It's creating more enemies. Can you imagine, Chucky, if you kill?
Do you really believe that, though, Amir? You don't think the U.S. signed off on
one second, Peter, 1 second. Can you imagine if they kill a father, right, and the son, and he finds out that America has involvement, he comes to America and he does attack on American soil. Who made this person terrorist? It was America. So he's just like, I don't know, man. It's sickening. And then we have these politicians. We don't even have a voice. You call your local, rap. They would be like, yeah, it's wrong. It's wrong. If it's wrong, then why the fuck aren't you doing anything? Why don't you stop it? I just don't get it, man. So many people protesting. So many people freaking doing everything, but the U.S. government, man, it's just freaking corrupted.
No, but I can't say that on here, but hopefully, God willing, things will change, man.
Yeah, inshallah.
It's just sickening, man. It really pisses me off when I hear these things. You know what I mean? Because I'm not gonna lie, man. I'll use G as an example, right? I remember G when G came in here the first time and he started talking all that pro Iran stuff, and like how he was talking about America pissed me off. And then I sat back and we had our little back and forth. And then I sat back because it's like, like I was born and raised in America. I wasn't, involved in the government, you know what I mean, at the time. But it was just like, I love my country. I know the values that my country's supposed to stand on. But when I look at America in the world view, I'm like, I don't know. So you got to sit back and scratch your head. But I'm still proud to be born and raised here, though.
No, you can be proud, whatever we can agree to disagree, that's fine. But what I'm saying is, when we do these wars and attacks in the Middle East or any part of it, even in African countries, are we creating terrorists? We are, I think, right? We're killing their parents, we're killing their kids, we're killing their mothers, and then we're gonna see those attacks on American soil. And it's gonna affect you as an American, that you're proud of American. How did this attack? Can you imagine? I gave this example to I think somebody yesterday, a Zionist or something. Was it a Zionist? I think so. I gave this example to Zionists. I said, can you imagine you're at a grocery store, right? And a pager goes off and it ends up killing like 20 people at a grocery store. You're just there to buy groceries. You weren't even aware that there's a pager in here and amongst the people that actually has a bomb in it. How would that make you feel? And that's what happened in Lebanon, And I'm scared, right? The amount of enemies we have made, we have turned regular people into terrorists. And they're pissed off. A lot of people are, the amount of orphans inside Gaza, oh my God. The amount of, orphans in Lebanon, the amount of orphans all over, even in Iran, we killed about, not we, Israel killed about 50, but then with the help of America. America is the one that gave them the fucking system to shoot those rockets into Iran that killed about 900 people. Out of the 900, we got 50 children dead. So what did we do? We created more terrorists. Now, watch what happens on American soil in the next coming month or two, or in a year. And then we're gonna start blaming, it's Islam, it's jihad, this is this. Motherfucker, you're the one that did the attack first. You're not gonna recognize the problem there. You're the one that created this person, turned this person into a terrorist. And that's the part I just don't understand, man. Like, why the hypocrisy? In America, we care about the rights, we care about this, we care about that, human lives and whatever, even fucking animal lives. People here, they care about more puppy lives than fucking human being lives. But then when it comes down to outside of America, it's like, we don't give two fucks. The democracy that we have in America is literally was created, over innocent people's lives all over the world. This is why we have this democracy, but it's only for, and it's like a hypocrisy of democracy, It's like a freaking, I don't know what to tell you. It pisses me off, and as more and more I think about it, then, if somebody was to attack on American soil, then it should be justified, right? It's a fair game.
I won't go
But then
that
why
far
do we...
to say that, but when I hear what you say, though.
Yeah. No, I'm just drawing this comparison, right? Then we shouldn't be worried about these attack on American soil. I don't know, man. It's sickening.
Now I hear what you're saying, but one thing that G said that made sense, and I ain't never really talked to that brother since we had that going out, right? That little back and forth. But he said something like along the lines, how would you feel if you woke up one morning and Iranian IRGC soldiers were walking through your neighborhood or at your grocery store And I sat back and I laughed, but I wasn't laughing because I laughed because it sounds crazy. But he was like, what if, the IRGC overthrow your government? You know what I mean? And I was just and I sat back and I thought about that for, for like some months, man. I'm like, first and foremost, there's way too many guns out here for them to think they could just come over here and do it. But I understood where he was coming from, and I was like, you know what? That is crazy, though.
Yep. And it's just the amount of things that we're responsible for America, indirectly, directly, whatever you want to call it. And I think as soon as we put our foot down on all of these things, we can stop all of this. But why don't we do it? It's because we want to sell arms. If you care so much about the fucking money about the arms, then you're complicit. And every president is like, we gotta sell the arms. You gotta sell the arms. Hello, Amir. How are you feeling today? This is Israel or whatever, and this is not American war. Yes, more people die. So who's providing the weapons, Paul, to Israel? That's being used to commit crimes against humanity. Is it America or is it Japan or China?
And another thing I wanted to say in there, he's not in here, but Black Ribeye said something, and I couldn't talk at the time, but he kept saying that Trump is gonna give Bibi the okay to use the B-2 bomber to continue on the attacks. And I sat back and I was laughing. I was like, the U.S. government doesn't even trust you to use the F-35, man, without getting the passcode from the Pentagon. What makes you think they're really gonna give you the B-2 bomber? That guy, I tell you, man, that guy just be talking out his ass.
He doesn't have any knowledge.
Wait, Israel does not have access to F-35s?
Hey, what's up, Bezzy? Anybody want to come on up? Just unmute and come on up.
So the United States did give Israel, the F-35, right? But in order for them to use it, they have to get a code. They have to get permission from the Pentagon to use it. The only other country that the U.S. sold the F-35 to that can just use it at will is Singapore.
I wonder why. Why is that? Why Singapore?
That is definitely correct, Mr. Fred, and I have documents to prove it, my guy. Try again.
Hey, what's up, Ezzy? Ezzy, you hot mic. You want me to meet you? There you go. So, yeah, Paul, you should look into it. I mean, when we give weapons, right, to any country, and if those weapons, we have a Leahy law, according to the U.S. government, right? You cannot give weapons to a country that's committing crimes against humanity. And we had Anthony Blinken, he lied in front of the Congress. And he didn't even read out the report, the full report. He read out parts of it, and he even freaking, changed the report and whatnot. And pretty much lied in front of Congress. Lying in front of Congress is a pretty big thing, it's a felony. And giving weapons to an entity, it's a violation of the laws. And we have done it over and over again. And this is the big problem we have, right? We have done this before, we have done this again, and this is probably like the 100th time that we're doing it, or 50th time. We need more control over who do we supply guns to. And right now, the case that's going on in the ICJ, the genocide case, if they decide it is genocide, you know how bad America is going to be on the world stage? Nobody will trust America or Israel. Because it is genocide that America was complicit in, because American weaponry was used to commit genocide. And Anthony Blinken, there's cases in the court in America against Anthony Blinken, Biden administration, how they were complicit and what they have done, the genocide. There's multiple cases against them. And the cases are going to go on for another year, 2 years, 3 years. Literally, a Palestinian American got killed a couple days ago They don't even give two fucks about the Americans. Not just one, multiple, a whole bunch of them, including journalists. There's so many American journalists that got killed by who? By the Netanyahu. You know his
Amir.
terrorist. Yes, sir.
Do you know the specific I did hear about this Palestinian American. I forget his name, but his name started with an S. Sufayed or something. But
do you know the exact name, brother?
Can you tell me? Does anybody know the circumstances of how this young man died? I heard that he was protesting, and then I heard that he was killed by a mob of settlers. But I would like to know the specifics, like what exactly happened. You know, what exactly?
Are you talking about the guy who was just killed in?
Yeah, his name was like Sufayed or something.
I think it was at the checkpoint, right, Jindip? The new checkpoint that they popped up.
No, settlers attacked him because he was just talking about his land. He was beaten.
No, I'm talking about this particular incident. It did not happen because they did attack. Settlers did pull out guns at the protest. This was a recent news, like maybe 2-3 days ago. At the West Bank, they propped up a new checkpoint, and the Palestinians started protesting. So the settlers came in and started attacking them, and then Palestinians started throwing rocks at them so that way they can get lost. But then they pulled out guns and started shooting at people, the settlers, and which ended up killing like two people.
This guy was. This guy. I don't know. The connection is bad, but this guy was beaten to death and lived to die, and it took his family like a day to locate where he is to find him. He was just visiting, and then later on they shot another Palestinian after Palestinians started protesting. And remember, this village is a very small village. I mean, it's a very tiny village. It's located it's not too far away from Ramallah. It's the north of Ramallah. It's like right in the middle of the West Bank. And there's a settlement across the hill, like a couple of settlements, one across the hill to the east, to the southeast, and one to the west. And this town is known to have, a few nice agricultural lands. But he was pretty much beaten to death by a bunch of settlers, young guys.
For what reason, though?
For being on his land, for being Palestinian. I don't know. You don't have to have a reason for a fucking settler to kill you.
Well, usually you do, actually, because Ramallah is a very big city, and if it was in a suburb of Ramallah, people aren't killed by a mob of settlers every day. I already heard that he had been protesting, which is not cause to kill somebody, but I'd like to hear the specific circumstances of his death.
Protesting what exactly? He is from from the village of Sinjar, which is the total population of the city is less than 2,000 people. Okay. It's not you have to tell me. I know the town. House by house. I probably know everyone in the town.
So Zach, I'm gonna put the link in the chat for you. You can read up on it. I'm actually gonna read up a little bit as well right now. So maybe people can learn about this young kid. I look at him as a kid. He's only 20. Relatives more Palestinian American beaten to death by Israeli settlers. He made everyone feel loved. Saifullah Masalat, 20 years old, was an ice cream shop owner in Florida and a beloved member of a tight-knit family with deep ties to the U.S. and Palestine. When we get to the part where, what did he exactly do? Let's see. Okay, there you go. I found the part. Let me read it out. So, but on the day he was killed, Saif was at his family's farm in Beit al-Hala, an Area B of the West Bank, officially under Palestinian administrative control, but also under Israeli security control. According to witnesses, settlers had come to the land, chopping down olive trees and burning crops. It was a Friday. People will go out and sit around with friends, as Sam said, and that's our land. If there's nobody there, the Israeli settlers, they would just like to come and just put up a tent so they can say it's basically stealing that part of their land. The confrontation escalated and Saif was beaten with clubs and bats. His friend Muhammad Nail Hijaz was the first to reach him. He was not moving when I got there, and he could barely breathe. Hijaz said there was time to save him. But ambulances were blocked by Israeli forces for 3 hours. His family said in a statement, during that time, Saif remained conscious, gasping and vomiting, held in the arms of his young brother. Another young man, 23-year-old Razak Hossein al-Sharabi, was shot and left to bleed to death in the same attack. When ambulances finally reached them, they too were attacked by settlers. Saif was pronounced dead before reaching the hospital. So you see the problem with the checkpoints, Zach? You see this is a disgusting problem. If these checkpoints did not exist, maybe they could have saved it. They could have saved it. Right?
So this guy was hanging out in his land, right? Who he's visiting.
Yep, he was in his land.
Settlers approach to cut his trees, or cut a tree that he planted or something.
Olive trees, yeah.
Yeah, and he says, what the fuck are you doing? Beat him to death. His family calls for an ambulance, but the ambulance is being held at a checkpoint across him, just probably a few hundred yards away, yards away. And they'll plead with the checkpoint. Can we go pick somebody up? Then the checkpoint guy says, no, would say no, you can't. So they'll hold the ambulance till the guy dies. This is a very usual thing. I mean, this happens all the time.
Yeah, Zach. So this is the problem. Look, this is an ongoing thing in the West Bank. Yesterday, Zach, even the CNN.
It's very hard to believe.
Okay, did you read the article? It's from Guardian. The CNN, what is it called? Reporter got attacked yesterday by the settlers. Did you hear about that?
I did not hear about that.
Okay, I shared that article. I opened a room on this yesterday. Like, the whole room was talking about that CNN thing. See, if anybody want to come on up, just unmute, come on up. Let me see. Disgusting, man. There you go. I'm about to put the article in the chat for you. There you go. Put the article in the chat for you. That's what happened to the CNN.
What's the Rosarius on stage? What up?
Hey, Zach is entertaining, I'm not gonna lie. But you get triggered really fast. Like yesterday, the girl just called you have small brain. He just got buttered and triggered.
That was this morning, I believe.
Yeah, but why'd you get triggered?
Because that was very rude. It was very rude.
I have a message in the back channel from Jericho. A really weird message.
Zach is my favorite Zionist, man. And every time he's in a room with me, I'll protect him,
But I think the big question we need to ask Zach, when they talk shit about my rooms in the Zionist space, and you defend my position, do you defend my room?
Will I defend your position?
Then I was asking Zach, do you defend my room in the Zionist rooms? But Amir is cool. Do you say anything like that? Because I know they're all, trying to come after me. They hate my guts.
I don't think they hate your guts. I think they hate Farag Jelani's guts.
I think so. I think Farag Jelani. Zach,
They were burning crops in the middle of the summer? It's like 100 fucking degrees there. You think they were burning stuff in the middle of the summer in the desert?
What do you mean they're burning stuff in the summer?
It says, according to witnesses, settlers had come to the land, chopping down olive trees and burning crops.
Yeah, so what do you find that strange?
Well, it's different. He said, then the quote, Amir, it says, it was a Friday, people will go out and sit around with friends, and that's our land. If there's nobody there, the Israeli settlers, they would just like to come and just put up a tent, so they can say it's basically stealing that part of that land.
They do that all the time.
So which was it? Was it that there were Israeli settlers who were camping and putting up a tent? Or were they burning crops and starting fires and chopping down trees in the middle of the summer?
I think the part of that camping.
Chopping down trees in the middle of the summer? Have you ever chopped down a tree? Have you ever chopped down a tree? I have. Have you ever chopped down a tree?
Israel, why would it be any different now?
Have you ever chopped down a tree?
Zach, one second. Zach, have you watched a settler documentary?
No, what is it called?
Okay,
So notice how you just ignored my question.
Zach, are you doubting that this stuff happens or something?
One second.
No, I'm not doubting that it happened.
Hang on, Zach, hang on. I gotta respond to this. Settler documentary. No, hold on. I was trying to respond and I think somebody got in.
Well, I was also trying to respond.
Hold on. Settlers documentary that came out by BBC. Literally, you could see it that they terrorize the fuck out of the Palestinians.
Okay, I'm gonna watch it later.
And they're going into the trees.
I will watch and reflect.
Watch it. Thank you.
All right. Anyway, I'm just saying it's hard to chop down one tree, let alone in the middle of the summer. Where I live, usually you chop down trees in the winter.
Excuse me, why is it hard to chop a tree in the summer? What is it?
Have you ever chopped a tree?
Yes, I chop many trees. What do you mean?
With an axe? With an axe?
No, how about a machine? How about a chainsaw? How about a chainsaw?
I guess. Why would you just be chainsawing?
How about it's
chainsaw?
a very small olive tree?
Well, you could just kick it over then. You could just break it.
Okay, so are you
You could snip it. You could twist it.
Okay, listen, but are you doubting that?
I'm not. Yeah, basically, what I'm saying is, at one time they said they're chopping down trees and burning crops, and then later he said they were putting up a tent.
Okay,
putting up a tent.
Putting up a tent. I think in the story.
Like camping.
Listen, putting up a tent. I think in the story refers to Palestinians who usually go out on a Friday when the temperature cools down. They go barbecue and do that kind of stuff. I think that's what they refer to.
No, in the article he's saying the Israelis will put up a tent in order to steal the Palestinian land.
Could be very possible.
So, but were they burning crops or were they putting up a tent?
You're just trying to argue.
I am just asking if it was crops or tent.
Okay, listen, I can't tell you where I am. As we speak right now, right this very minute, settlers just camp somewhere in a place in which when they set up their camp, the Israeli army is forced to come and give them protection. After which they'll set up a permanent tent and then they say, this is my land and this is where I belong and that's what God, this is the plot of land that God gave me. Okay? And this is their way of them chasing away Palestinians. Okay? There was a settler who was just killed in Gaza just recently. You know, when his father was talking about him, and he was crying about, he asked me to buy him 50 cows so he can go graze in the land of Samaria so he can go chase the Arab people from the land. That's his aim. Okay? So this is an ongoing process. That's an ongoing thing that is always happening. So don't come here and say, it didn't happen, or you're doubting that this happens all the time. It has been happening for a very long time. Okay? And there's nothing we can do about it as Palestinians, okay? Nothing. If I scream at a settler, get off my land, I will be arrested. You understand? They don't come to arrest a settler. I will go to jail.
It's different with me because I'm very critical of myself.
But you know what happened if you came on my land in America, on my property in America, and you weren't about
raising
Yeah, you would shoot him to death, right? You would shoot him, and you probably would not be found guilty.
Yes, sir.
We have seen.
But I'll call the authorities first.
Interesting. I would say that's my favorite.
But if the authorities show up and put handcuffs on you, saying, "Oh, you hurt the feelings of a white man," I don't know, or somebody, how would you feel?
Well, I'll be living, Jim. Oh, I'll be pissed.
And then when you feel helpless and there's nothing you can do about it, and somebody, this person comes and takes your land, and he's given protection by the state that is supposed to be, in charge, how would you feel?
No, I agree exactly with how you felt, Jim. I'd be pissed. Nah, pissed is not even a strong enough word, but you get what I'm saying. I'd be extremely vexed.
So yeah, Zach, they pretty much took everything from Texas, used that in that settler documentary. The mofo is actually from Texas, living on a stolen land, driving a golf cart, and even inside his house, he's carrying that what is it called, automatic gun. He's got the little neck strap around it. Even he's walking to a friend, he has the gun around his neck or whatever. That's how scared these pussies are. Then why the hell are you living on a stolen land? Leave, get lost. Fucking psycho.
Alright, I gotta watch the documentary.
Do you have the settler documentaries out?
I'm sure it's online somewhere.
It's on Twitter.
You know how the internet works?
Yes, Twitter. Yes,
Yeah, put the link in the top.
I spoke to some Black Jewish friends in Tel Aviv this morning, and they're still helping people to go back home. But what they said is that people are scrambling left and right for cover and preparing for what they assume will be an Iranian attack this week. In addition, they said that that many are protesting against the government because they're only giving them half stories or tales of them being victorious, but not really telling them what's coming. The other thing that people are protesting about, I think we talked about this earlier, perhaps, or maybe it was in another room, but they're talking about the shift in the number of Israeli soldiers committing suicide because they can't live with what they've done in Gaza. So chickens are definitely coming home to roost.
Yep. Committing crime is always going to be on your mind.
I mean, not small numbers. Kids are offing themselves left and right.
I don't know why do they lie on the numbers? I just don't get why does IDF lie on the numbers of IDF soldiers killed?
Because they can't be soldiers.
Because eventually people is willing to fight. If you know that people are dying left and right, it messes with the morale. So you want people to go there and keep fighting. So that's the same reason why you lie.
Imagine feeling like your 20-something-year-old might commit suicide because of what he's being asked to do, as opposed to yelling, "I'm Israel, hi, I'm Israel, hi." The person is like, "Shema Israel, I need to get out of here because I can't live with myself." So we're now dealing not just with the dead, you're dealing with the living dead. That's tight off. But yeah, I was asking, what are you guys doing? And with Steven, because he actually has family in different places. He has friends in Ramona, and he's like, the black and the brown folks are taking cover because they're claiming that, and I didn't have that much background. Did they try and take out an Iranian leader recently, and that leader vowed revenge or something like that? But this week is supposed to be a retaliatory act by Iran. At least that's what they're claiming over there. You know anything about that, Amir?
Yes, we had this rumor a couple of days ago.
I actually heard.
When people try talking about this rumor,
they start rushing to buy gas and supplies and so on and so forth. We had other panics. It turned out to be a rumor.
Do you think it's still a rumor?
I don't really know.
Because it didn't sound like it was to the people there.
And I also heard that Iran issued a threat to the U.S. that, they were going to attack the U.S., not like how everybody thinks, but they'll just send over dirty bombs through the border.
Dirty bombs?
Yes, ma'am. Those were the exact words.
Dirty bombs? Are they dirty or are they clean?
No, like bombs that have like nerve gas or bombs that have other stuff attached to it.
I thought you were talking about like bombs are dirty, like because of dirt. Don't be mad at dirt.
That's what I heard, and then
Actually, a dirty bomb is a term they use for a nuclear device, by the way.
Yeah.
Doesn't it have something else attached to it, or doesn't it do something more than just detonate?
I don't know. I don't have one.
Yeah, that's not on my area of expertise, but that's just what I heard, and then I went on, the TikTok rabbit hole, and I found other stories that said that, but it's something I heard, that they have the capabilities of giving it to somebody to walking across the border to attack a major city in the U.S.
You know what's crazy? I definitely think something is about to pop off, because why are the news lines congested with talk about Epstein? Nobody's talking about Iran. Nobody's talking about Palestine. Nobody's talking about Gaza. It's weird. You know what I mean? Like, whenever they start deflecting to something else, it's usually because something else is wrong.
Yeah, but is it the Epstein file? Again, people, if you go on Twitter, they're pointing fingers at Israel. They're the MAGA supporters. They're becoming more anti-Israel, and at the same time, they're hating the Jews. If you go on there, and like earlier today, I actually hopped into that White America that Pepe's racist house that he has.
Mm-hmm.
I went in there, right, for a little bit, and they're talking about how it's about the Jews, about Jews are this, Jews are that. So it's getting to the level where it's going to be dangerous to be even to tell somebody that you're Jewish. I think it's going to happen. It's a matter of time. So
I think they're already dangerous. I think that there are way too many Jews in places where corruption is taking place. And I think that instead of people looking at Judaism, for the religion, they're looking at it as being synonymous with support for European Jews and Zionists.
Yeah, that's what I said the other day. My bad.
It's okay. I'm just saying, like Tucker Carlson, Candace Owens, every single day there's another podcast on the U.S. selling itself out for Israel. Every single day. Some deep shit.
That's all. Didn't I say the same exact thing a couple days ago on there?
Do you guys know a guy named Mandy Patinkin?
That name sounds very familiar. Potamkin?
Mandy Patinkin. He is a singer, an actor. I think he's from New York.
That name sounds very... Are you sure you got the right last name?
Patinkin or Patinkin?
Let me look.
He has a video.
His name is Mendy. He's probably from my neighborhood. That's a Lubavitch first name. Mendy Potamkin. That name sounds so familiar.
There's a video of him online I watched the other day. And he makes like a really a case for why is Israel doing this and how they're endangering the lives of Jews everywhere in the world.
Oh, so his name is not Mendy. Then his name is Mandy. You see that?
Yeah.
Stop wasting taxpayers' dollars. Money gets choked up at public theater. I don't see anything recent though.
I want to know what's up with that list.
Yeah, I have to look up the video, I guess.
Yeah, what's up with this list? Where's the list?
Yeah, that's what I want to know as well. Where's the list?
They know where the list is.
Where is that?
Listen, let me ask this question.
Hold on, where is that?
Calm down, Tony. Calm down.
Ghislaine is in jail. That was Epstein's girlfriend, right?
Maxwell, the Maxwell lady, okay.
Right. Supposedly, she was in the business with him. If she had a get out of jail free card, you don't think she would have used it by now? Come on.
Yeah, I do feel like she would have used it by now. I do.
Okay, so she's probably got that list, but they probably got that list too. And
That's it. Alan Dershowitz came out and he said he knows who's on the list.
Yeah, his ass.
Yeah, that was
He's
a lawyer.
one of the people who was on the list. I mean, you don't even have to have a list. You can look at all of the photos.
Yeah, the party, the all that gang. Hey, listen, I didn't know I didn't know Trump would party with a pedophile that hard.
Yeah, but you know what? If you listen, his lawyer, Cohen, was on his podcast, and he said something that made a lot of sense. He said, Trump, is one of the most unfeeling narcissists ever born. That he's not actually a sexual man. You never see him as a sexual person. He's a narcissist who would want to take pictures, perhaps, with a naked woman to simply say, look what I did, look how I did it, look, I'm the man. But he's not. Well, again, Don is saying
Don't he got kids though? Don't he got kids? Or he don't got no
you
kids?
don't have to do much to have kids.
I'm saying, do he got kids?
Yes, he got kids.
Okay. Well, okay, then it ain't all
Even the
about
way
He's fucking.
He's a little creepy. Like, she's got tits and ass. And she's like, who talks about their kids like that?
That's crazy, man. But he fucking them. He fucking.
No, you understand. His wives, his women are trophies. More than they are people he has relationships with. That's what I'm saying.
And a lot of niggas like that. So?
Oh, I don't know.
Yeah,
I
so.
don't know black people like that.
There's a lot of people who have wives and trophies, niggas, and that's all they got to cling them.
No, but are they only getting down for that crown, or is it something else?
I don't know about all that. I just know niggas look at wives and
Stop
trophies.
using the N-word.
Yeah, I just know niggas look at wives and
Did you stop using the N-word, Tony?
No.
Can you stop that, please?
No.
Stop using the N-word.
I'm not using it. I'm not stopping shit.
I'm not
If you
stopping
ain't stopping
shit, then you can go to the hallway.
Your mama there too. I'm going with her.
Tony!
There you go, Tony.
Fucking
That's what happens. Because the reason why I don't allow anybody to use the N-word is because we have people, even that are not from, the African American side, they want to use it, and I don't allow anybody. None of the racial slurs.
Yeah, but was he just trolling? I don't even know him.
I'm not trolling.
Take care. Have a safe flight to the hallway, Tony. Bye-bye. Bye-bye. Yeah, he came back. He had the balls to come back. I'm like, bye-bye. Maybe next time he'll be careful.
Nah, I dig it. I don't know. I have a feeling there's a lot of people who can benefit from association, or I should say from knowing who's on this list. And I honestly think Trump is going to throw Bondi underneath the bus. Watch.
100%.
He's going to blame her. He's already saying that that the list is a Obama and Clinton creation. Did you see that?
Yeah, but Alan Dershowitz said he knows who's on the list. He cannot release it because he has signed shush. What is it? Yeah, like a shush agreement with the judge, or they're trying to shut people down on this because there's a lot of top officials' name on there, and if the list comes out, that could destroy pretty much all these big people.
Democrats, there are Republicans on that list, I'm here.
Even Bill Gates is on there, I think.
Yeah, you know what I did see? What is your thought about Epstein being connected to Mossad? What do you think?
So I believe yes, because Ehud Barak, the former Israeli Prime Minister,
I know
he was in bed with him. He visited him 30 times, more than 30 times.
Really?
So what? It was posted in Times of Israel. So what was his business visiting, Epstein or Epstein Island?
So Epstein was the white P Diddy, like I said.
Yep.
Wow.
And this is the part I just don't get. Like we know the names, right? But people are not willing to take any actions against it, right? They're just like, we need to see the list. Why would you still want to see the list? We have photos. We even have small, bits and pieces here. Here, I have an article where Epstein said when he used to hang out with Trump. Trump has this fantasy. He likes to sleep with his best friend's wives.
So I saw something crazier. Did you know that in 2016, a woman sued Trump and Epstein for screwing around with her when she was 14 years old?
Yeah, there's a lot of these pedophilia cases. There's about 42 counts of cases on Trump, or 32 or 42, and they, it was just they did a slap on the wrist and they allowed him to be a president. Like, how could you have a criminal pedophile?
Didn't that lawyer keep saying I had a massage with Epstein, but I kept my shorts on? What's his name?
Oh, Dershowitz.
Yeah, Dershowitz.
Right.
Dershowitz is probably coming clean now because he knows that somebody's gonna come out with his dirt. He probably knows that somebody's gonna expose him. But that's a hell of a lot of leverage if it's true.
Yep.
That hell of a lot of leverage.
I actually want to see the list, man, because not just the MAGA, even the people that don't support Trump, like me, right, or I don't even support Kamala. I actually want to see the list because that way we could, get them out of the government positions, because Israel has them by the balls because of the list.
So in your mind, you think that Israel helped this dude generate the list?
Oh yeah, they do have the list, but on purpose, Trump doesn't want to release it. And even Elon Musk, he tweeted that Trump's name is on the list. That's why he's not releasing it.
Wow.
I don't know, man. That's why I want to see the list too, because I think some of that was just to stir the pot, because they had a whole.
Nah, I think it's something real. You know what? Those eccentric guys, those guys who are really, really eccentric, they still have sometimes the moral fiber. Sometimes.
We're gonna see though. Like I said, until I see something in black and white, it's all speculation. You hear?
Yeah. No, but Chucky, when we look at the photos, we see Trump. I have his article where, the Epstein did say when he used to talk to Trump told him that he has his fetish, he likes to sleep with his best friend wife. So are we going to deny that? That he was like a buddy with Epstein?
He denied it.
I'll put the article in the chat. I'd like you guys to read it a little bit. Just scroll down where he talks about Epstein said this. This was Epstein's testimony as well. Let me put it.
Yeah, he said he has a fetish of sleeping with his best friend's wife.
Yeah.
Oh,
Wait a minute. Threesomes or?
Well, when he used to hang out with him, Epstein's.
So it's possible that Epstein slept with Melania and vice versa?
I don't think he was married to Melania back then.
No, it shows the pictures of them together.
Oh.
Melania
Well, I don't know.
and Jelaine.
I put the link in the chat for you guys. Check it out. It has bits and pieces in there. This is Epstein's testimony. Hey, what's up, Edward? Assalamu alaikum. So these are like bits and pieces.
Flash of some motivation.
Oh my god, not Bernard Lewis. That thesis was talked about in my classes back in the day.
YouTube, everybody's saying this, and the parallels are very, very clear. Military checkpoints, building a wall, even the character that plays the country that's supported by the U.S., by the way.
You guys take it from here.
Say that again, Brooklyn?
Oh, wait, before. Really?
No, sir,
Why? That's the one that I avoid